Bioengineering is the application of engineering methods to understanding a biological process or developing a medical device or a diagnostic method. In the early 1970s, there really was no field of bioengineering that was acknowledged.
The total artificial heart, developed by Penn State University researchers.
When Dr. Pierce started the group in the early 70s, he went up to main campus, gave a talk about his ideas with the artificial heart. One of the people in the group was a mechanical engineer named John Brighton, who was interested and came down and started a relationship. That was the beginning of the bioengineering program at Penn State University. It's then formed a graduate program and then later an undergraduate program, which is now one of the most fastest growing popular undergraduate programs at the university. When I came to Penn State in 1980, I didn't know what bioengineering was. A lot of people hadn't heard of it. It was not defined. I had a background, I was a biology major, I had a background in music, I had worked in a bakery. I did not know really where my career path was going to lead. When I met this team, there was basically no going back. I knew that this was the path that I wanted to do, and the rest is history. The first pump that Dr. Pierce worked on here was driven by air pressure, and it was an external pump. It sat outside the body. We did upwards of 80 patients here by the mid-90s with that pump. In fact, moving ahead in 1999, we implanted the first wireless assist pump in a human in 1999. We hold that record and actually has not been really duplicated since then. Our group was one of only 3 or 4 groups in the country doing this kind of work, and today we're probably the only one left doing it. What makes it unique is having everything under one roof, everything from the clinicians who guide the work and help us define the problems, to the engineers who design the devices, the fabricators and machinists who make them, the people who test them in the labs, the animal care. We're lucky to have a very excellent animal care facility. So in 2005, Penn State was one of 5 groups that was awarded large contracts from the NIH to develop pediatric pumps. And that was a project that I took on as project leader, and we are still working on that device. So while most of our work has been on blood pumps, in about 2011, I met Dr. Charles Palmer, who's a neonatologist, now retired. He was the head of the NICU here at Hershey. He had for many years worked on projects to help support the chest wall of preterm infants. And he was working on a number of mechanical devices to help support that. And it's a non-invasive device, and it's very simple. It attaches to the abdomen and the torso, the chest wall and the abdomen. And when it's activated, it pulls outward and expands the torso, just like negative pressure ventilation. And our goal is to keep these babies off ventilators or maybe shorten their time on ventilators, because ventilators, we know, cause lung damage in these immature lungs. And many of these babies are in the NICU for a long time because of that. When I walked into this program, it was such a good fit for me and the way I like to work and the way I like to work with people and wonderful people. I never thought about doing anything else. And one of the things I learned, again, watching Dr. Pierce and Gus Rosenberg, was how to manage a group, get them all working towards a common goal. Yeah, I'm very hopeful for the future. We have people in our lab, younger engineers who have that drive, that quest for new things, which I think is what's going to carry us into the future. I think as long as you have those kind of people and you've got enough support to do it in, I think that will continue. There's a lot of problems out there to solve. We've seen what we can do when we put our mind to it and work. And I think with the right people and the right environment, that's going to continue for many years.